Hello, everybody. In this tutorial, we are going to practice Santugo, what we call it, JD-GUI, and also DEX2JAR. DEX2JAR. It is part of the reverse engineering activities and the tools that we are reviewing. Okay. So first of all, we need to download and malicious apps from somewhere. So I am going to download a malicious app from Virus Share. I have already logged into this website with my credentials. So I'm gonna search for apps. Okay, and then go and select the third one, which is of size 500K. So I download that and save it under this name, virus share underscore B4E2D blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I save it and it is saved. Okay. So let me open up a file manager. So this is the file which I just downloaded. Let me right click on it, copy, and then move it to my directory or shared folder, which I do all my practices. So I have a folder called riskware under the folder of the digital forensics. I paste it in here. Okay. So this is our file which we want to actually do reverse engineering using DEX2JAR and also using the JD-GUI. So the DEX2JAR is a utility that converts or, converts files from a format of DEX to JAR and creates a JAR file for you. And the JD-GUI is actually a Java decompiler that takes any JAWS like a jar files or library and shows you the source code of that jar file. Okay, so let me open up a terminal. Okay, so we need to do some work in here. So in here, let me change to this folder, cd paste. Okay, I am here. And also let me increase the font size. Yeah, font size, so you can actually see maybe 15. Here I go. Okay, then cancel. Okay. Here I go. Okay, so let's see what I have in here. I have a zip file. So I need to unzip this file, which I have downloaded from the virus share website. So I just type unzip star.zip. So there is a need for password. All the files uploaded to the virus share are zipped with the password of infected. So infected, you just type it and then it gives you the file. So this is the file that we unzip. It is the unzipped version of this file. Okay, so let me copy on this one. So this is your APK file. So I can move that file, paste to, as I said, just name riskware.apk, and this is your APK file. Okay. So as you know, the APK files are archived file. So you can treat them like an archive file and then you can archive them. So a convenient way to unarchive whatever it is inside that APK file is to actually just rename that APK file to a zip file. So let me move that riskware.apk to riskware dot maybe apk and dot zip. Okay, so I just renamed that APK file to zip, and then let me unzip that uh, my APK file, copy and then paste, and here you go. So we have um, the content of this APK file. Having said that, the content are in binary format and then they are not readable. In order to extract them in a way that it is readable, there are some other tools uh, such as APK, Andrew Guard. You can use them for that purpose. For instance, if you just look at the XML file, you can see that it is not readable. It is in binary. But if you use Andrew Guard, you can actually see the content. We don't care about that part. But what we care in here is this file, which is the classes.jar, classes.dex. So that is the file that we need to decompile and then get the Java source code out of it. Okay. There is that utility, as I mentioned. The name of the utility, if you go to Santuko, and the reverse engineering is DEX2JAR. It takes a DEX file, and which is the binary format of the Android, and then it creates a jar file. Okay. So let's try. So DEX2JAR classes.dex. It says that if it is possible, use this one. Okay. And then we can use that one. There is not a problem. That is a more up-to-date version. Let me click on that one. Interrupt that one, the execution of that problem. And then classes.dex. Okay, this is the newer version of the DEX2JAR. And then if I click on it, and you can see in here that it is actually creating some jar file for you. Let's wait for a minute. So I have 12 of them in here. Here we go. And if I see, yes, the one that it is in here, we just interrupted in this one. So I can actually remove that file because I interrupted that one. So I remove that jar file, and then the file which I'm going actually to use with the JD-GUI is this one. So this is our jar file, which has been produced by DEX2JAR by converting this one to this text file to jar file. Okay, so let me start the Santuko reverse engineering and JD-GUI. Okay, in here it is the user interface of JD-GUI, which is a Java compiler, the compiler as I mentioned. And in here you click on it, and then you look for the file that you just created, which is this one, text classes -text to jar.jar. And then click on open it. And as you can see here, it extracted the source code of this APK file. For instance, this, here you go, this is your source code. Some parts are not converted correctly because it is obfuscated package application. So as you can see here, it is written error, which means that we have to find another way to decompile those methods. But some other parts are already decompiled from the jar file. So if you look at the manifest file, you can see that the manifest file says that the main activity is in this folder. So if you search for the reverse engineering, you can actually go inside this Java, inside this code, and try to trace what the code does for starting with the main activity. And also main activity, and you also have agent activity, which is a class. Again, you have setting activities, which is for the setting of the app that you're actually trying to reverse engineer. There are some other data structure which are created along with this app on the fly. So you need to reverse engineer this one. And also we have some renderable view source code, Java code. And anyway, so that is how you yes, in here, for instance, you have this kind of suspicious activities. So these tools come with very interesting feature, which is like a searching. So you can actually search for instance, UMENG, searching for type, constructor, string, field, and method. I think I entered the right one. Yes, UMENG. And you can see, for instance, this E contains that UMENG it underscore it.cache. You can search, for instance, whenever you are doing the reverse engineering, you can search for hard-coded things. So let me see if I can find anything related to permission. I couldn't find anything related to permission. Let me see. How about storage? No. Okay. How about HTTP data? Okay, we have some stuff in here. For instance, this one, which is the same that we looked at. This one. Okay, and this here, you can see that it is actually creating some URL on the fly for the app logs from the UMENG. What else? As I said, you can actually search. There are some other tools that you can actually use along with this static analysis, like creating control flow graph or even data flow graph that would be helpful, or call dependencies, a graph that should be also helpful. I haven't tried running or doing some dynamic analysis with this APK file. So be careful about the dynamic analysis. It has to actually be in the emulator rather than in your desktop. So because it is actually the type of the this malicious file is a Trojan horse. So you need to actually be careful. It may steal some text messages from your computer or your cell phone. So you need to actually run it. If you run it on using the dynamic analysis approaches, you need to run it in the controlled environment and in an emulator. Okay, that's it. As I said, you need to. The rest is just looking at the code and see if there is anything suspicious or hard coded, or any permissions that you may see. Which the permissions we can actually find them out from the manifest file and those kind of stuff. Okay, thank you for watching.